are in Rome. I have the spawn points here in red and blue, and those seem to be the only spawn points that we have for the regular games. The formation I like to run here in Rome is I like to run a sniper or mid-range support. Back in this area, I like one person here, one person there, and 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Not necessarily have to be inside the Colosseum, but I like the 3 in the middle so that this one can float out to fight here, this one can float to fight here, and then this one can support his 2 flanks coming out. Alright, so let's talk about ranges. Here in Rome, you're going to have all of your knife fighting taking place in there. Everything about here in the yellow is going to be all your 350 to 300 meter weapons. So all your knife fighting is going to happen in this area. Here in the red is where things start to stretch out a little more, and this is going to be about your 500 meters. And then in the green is going to be roughly your 600 plus, depending. So in this area here, you're going to have your Trebuchets, you're going to have your Zeus and Dragoon Furies, you're going to have your Raijins, your Natashas, your Leos. Within this area, you're going to have your Death Button Griffins, Ravens, Tulumba Spectres, all your 500 meter stuff. Alright, now let's talk about blind spots. Here on beacon B, the circle for the beacon comes out to about here, which means you can hide behind that corner and the little outcropping and not take any splash damage while you're holding that beacon. Also over here on beacon D, you can hide out here and here and still control the beacon. You'll barely be on it though. For beacon C, I like to post up here with my Wayland. I have Avengers on it, so all I do is give a suppressing fire support into that direction and this direction. Rarely will I come out to here to shoot this alley. I'll usually have someone with a Taransalot or an Inquisitor hanging out with me here, waiting for reds to filter in, start taking damage from this guy or this guy before jumping in. But mostly I'm hanging out and shooting this way and keeping my healing up. The support that is usually run here is going to be sometimes Taransalot. A lot of the time it's going to be a Heichi or a Bulgazari, something with some firepower and some speed. And back here usually we'll have a Zeus Fury, Dragoon Fury, something long to mid-range support that's just taking shots of opportunity. Alright, in this last part I want to talk about shooting lanes and fire support. Running guys in positions here, 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 and usually there will be someone here, because to go into the city you're going to need at least 2 people. So you're either going to go for B or you're going to go for D. But normally, if you're on this side, it's A, C, and B. Or if you're on this side, you want E, C, and B. Now, a lot of the reds will post up here, which gives them a firing lane here. So that's when you're gonna have someone from your team, usually this guy or this guy, come out and pin that down with fire, letting this guy come out and shoot. If it's this guy, he can use Tulumbas. And pins are the best to use for suppression fire because of their very large splash diameter. Punishers also work well too, not so much as you're going to do splash damage because you can't, but they're reluctant to come out into this lane because they know they're just going to take a lot of damage. If they have an Ansel, it's going to get ripped down. If they have a physical shield, they're going to be taking double damage, and that's not something that they want to take, which lets this guy really do a lot of damage or hang on to the beacon. Alright, now the hard part. The hard part is going to be the city. Because, I mean, let's face it, you're confined to the streets, but not just the streets. If you're dashing or moving backwards somewhere where you're taking fire, I mean, you have all these little alleyways that you can get caught up in. You might dash into, not know where you are, and then not be able to get out. Inquisitors work well here. Taransallots work very well here. Heichis, and basically any mobile bot will do. Spectres, you don't really have the hit points, but if you have the Tulumbas, I mean, really all you're doing is you're just hammering and doing all your damage with splash damage. If you have like a Hydra Fujin or a Spiral Hydra Griff or a Hydra Spectre, I mean, these reds are either just gonna die from 1,000 cuts, or they're gonna step out into Orkin or Terran fire. But to go in here, you're gonna need at least one Beacon Capper, Strider, Kumiho, or maybe even a Heichi, but you're gonna need an Inquisitor and a Taransalot to go after Beacon D. And that about sums it up for Rome.